And welcome back. We are winding things down here on Chit Chat today. Of course, a special good morning to all the folks viewing us online. And like I mentioned, we did have some issues with our Ustream channel, but everything is up and running, thankfully, because my next guest, I know his followers would have been very, very disappointed if they didn't get the opportunity to check him out on the other side of an interview. I'm speaking about the man behind Bayloric TV, Ingram Jones. He's with me in studio this morning. Good morning, sir, and how are you?
Oh, fine. Thank you, Lex. Welcome to the show.
This is Chit Chat. There's no need to be, you can do whatever you want. Relax. Good to see you. How's things?
Good. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Can't complain. All good.
An inside joke. I see you found a good barber.
Yes. It was Natural Creation in town.
Oh, nice.
So, man's Anthony did the hair. So,
good morning,
shout out
Anthony.
to Anthony.
Yeah. Ingram, this is a 1 hour show, and today we've had a great lineup of any and everything that's going to be taking place on the island. And I don't want to rush you, but I want us to get some crucial bits out there about the man behind Bayloric TV. And I say behind, and then I also say in front of, because you're the man behind and also in front of the camera.
Right.
And firstly, I want to find out, tell me what inspired you to start Bayloric TV.
Well, let me explain first what Bayloric means. First and foremost, I was a cricket coach. I've always been a cricket coach. Always loved cricket coaching from young. From my dad at 9 years old, bowling a ball and hit me in my mouth and telling me to with a cricket ball, and then telling me, you've got a bat in your hand, defend yourself.
There you go.
So that's how I got into it. And I loved the sport of boxing as well. So I loved all the physical stuff as well. And so they were the two sports that really I embraced and still embrace up to today. And through my journey, I had an illness called chronic fatigue syndrome. And that knocked me out for 7 years.
Wow.
That prevented me from having a professional boxing career. I went to America and trained, and I came back to England, had no energy, couldn't remember things basically from my name to my address at times, and just a horrible experience. Not being able to move the way you want to move, do the things you want to do, a doctor telling you your life is over, you're going to be on tablets for the rest of your life.
Yep.
So, but through that, I stayed strong. I didn't take the medication they told me to take. I believed in doing things and being inspired. And the doctor told me it was all because of the mental or the emotional thoughts that were going through my mind at the time. And they said to me that the immune system was being attacked. So they also said I need to reprogram my mind. So when the doctor turned around and told me this, I thought, right, if I take these tablets, that's not going to reprogram my mind. I've got to do something that's going to be strong and and get myself going. And I remember once going to school, and a kid turned up and said to me, "Sir, you've not been here for 3 weeks. What's been going on?" I said, "I've not been well." He says, "Well, that's not a good enough excuse for me, because I depend on you for cricket coaching. I depend on you because I want to be the next Freddie Flintoff."
Right.
And at that point in time, I realised I had to get my life together.
Yeah.
And I was doing well with cricket. I was winning championships with schools and with clubs here in Australia and in England. And I had to make a decision how I could bring champions forward and give them the exposure, because they weren't getting the exposure. The young people, that were from non-privileged backgrounds, weren't being seen. They were being put to the side. So all the privileged kids were given the exposure.
Right.
So, and I didn't want to do something corny like Ingram Jones's cricket. It just seemed real naff. So, and I'd seen people do it, and fine, and that's them. But I thought, no, that's naff. I'm not doing that. So I tried to think of an idea, and randomly online I saw Baylor University, just a random thing. And then I looked into Baylor, and I thought Baylor meant sheep shearer. I thought, what? Then I looked somewhere else and said Baylor said somebody that delivered, somebody who came up with the goods. So I thought, all right, Baylor. And then what else could I add with it? International. So that means I'm not confined to London. I'm not confined to Australia or the Caribbean.
Right.
And then what do I want to produce? Champions.
Right.
Okay, so I had Bayloric. That was it. That was the beginning of the journey. And I was recognised as a community champion in 2010-11 after a nationwide search to find out who was doing what in the community.
Right.
Following year I was on national television again, talking about the academy that I set up. I'd set 3 academies at the time of cricket. £8,000 was donated to a school. Fantastic. That wasn't in the best of areas.
Yeah.
Out of that, we've had kids go and represent at district level and county level. So in that sense, that's been good. But I got married to my lovely wife Atia,
of course,
who's here today, and from that she saw the vision. She took it to the next step.
Yes. From
Bayloric TV, from Bayloric it became Bayloric Worldwide.
Right.
And then from that brand, it's now turned into being Bayloric TV. So now it's an opportunity to interview people, champions,
yes,
not just in the field of boxing, but in the field of entertainment.
Yes.
And so when they are interviewed, they can also talk about what it takes for them to be a champion.
That's right. That's right.
So
fantastic.
that's sort of that journey.
Story, Ingram.
Well,
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Now, you have had the opportunity to interview some real champions, far and wide. Now, is there that one person that you really would love to interview? The ultimate interviewee.
The ultimate interview. I don't know about ultimate, but there's a few. Barack Obama would be one. President Barack Obama. If you're watching the show, you know who to call.
Yeah.
So Barack Obama would be one. Boxing wise, I think it would be Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yes.
For boxing.
Yes.
For cricket, there's only one man that I'd want to talk to since I was a kid and inspired me from day one. Vivian Richards. Sir Vivian Richards.
Yes.
The man has been, like you used the word idol, but he is to me.
Yes.
I call him the Black Superman.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a great man. I'd love the opportunity to interview him.
Good.
Inspired me, definitely.
Good. How much of a task is it for you to connect with persons to score that interview? Is it tough? Do you have to go through a lot of red tape and all of that sort of thing?
It depends. It really depends on who you're going to get the interview with. There's some people who'll say, yeah, I'll do the interview. Give me a time and a place.
Yeah.
And that time and a place normally is on Skype because I'm in Grenada.
Yes.
And they're normally in America or in London or some other part of the world.
Yes.
And that's fine. But then as soon as they say to me, look, send me an email to my publicist.
Right.
Then you send to the publicist. It's no longer in the hands of that individual.
Person. Yeah.
And so far, 9 out of 10 emails that have been sent.
Yeah. There's
been no response.
That's tough, isn't it? Because I think you and I go through the same thing in terms of, just trying to connect with specific persons and not. Sometimes it's just unfair, isn't it?
It is, but for some of the people I'm trying to get the interviews with, they're people that I admire and I like, and for some of them, the publicity would be pretty good for them.
Yes.
Because they're not selling much tickets for what they're doing in their sport, for boxing.
Yes.
And to get the interview would be great, and to actually get in-depth interviews, because there's a lot of interviews people see online that are not in-depth. They're like 2-minute, 5-minute interviews, and you're not really getting to know who that person is that you're actually supporting.
True.
So
now I know your style. You have a great style in terms of interviewing, and I know you like to dig deep. And digging deep is really good, because a lot of the time some interviews are really on the surface.
Absolutely.
But you like to dig deep. Why is it that you like to dig deep?
It's like myself and you are sitting there talking now, and I don't think I don't consider myself a surface person, and so therefore when I'm talking to you, I really have an interest in you. I'm not doing it because I need to get this interview quickly and get it online and get money in my back pocket. I'm actually doing it because I genuinely am interested in you, interested in what you're doing, see you as a champion, and not just through my eyes, but when it goes on a website, they're inspiring other people, because I was inspired when I was ill. Okay, I was inspired, and I wasn't inspired by family members. In fact, I was inspired by strangers, strangely enough, and that's just being truthful.
Yeah.
So if I can get those things on a website, and then those people can see those in-depth interviews, say, hey, so that was his journey, that's how they made it. And there's a common thread or a common pattern with successful people. They go through these struggles, they start at an early age.
There's always a story to tell.
Yeah, there's always a story to tell. And there's always, they have hardships. They go, because on TV today, you see a lot of bling bling, you see a lot of, they've made it at the top. And you just think, well, okay, if I want to be a professional footballer, I'll just kick a ball in the park and then I become a professional footballer.
Right.
They don't really understand the transition from playing in your local park to playing, you know, for your national team. There is so much drama that goes in between.
It just doesn't just happen like this.
And your temperament to not just get there, but to stay there.
Yeah.
You know, over consistently, and that takes time and character.
Yes, it does.
You know,
you've been through a lot, Ingram. You've been through a lot. If you just confess to us and let us into your, you know, into your life, Ingram Jones. You've been through a lot. What has creating your company, your business of Bayloric TV done for you as an individual?
As an individual, I think it's very empowering. You know, to be able to have your telephone ring and somebody that you admire is on the other end of the line. It's like, hey, you want to do that call? You want to do the interview? I'm like, wow. Yeah. So that's pretty empowering in that sense. It is also, I have to use the word, when you've got people out there that are not sort of like supporting your case, and people that blow you off and tell you, you're an amateur, or blow you off and tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know, it's it helps. You just like, you know.
Ingram, we are, you know, I think I'm going to have you back again, and we have to have a solid interview with you for a longer period of time. We're going to do an Ingram Jones special. What do you think? Because we're almost out of time, but I want you are very social media savvy, and I really like that about you. Can you tell folks how they can follow you and find you online and learn some more about Ingram Jones?
Okay. It's www.Bayloric TV. Sorry. First time. Okay. www.bayloricworldwide.com. Say again, www.bayloricworldwide.com. On Twitter, it's Bayloric TV.
That's it. Just like that. And you're connected with every aspect online.
That's it.
It's fantastic, and thank you so much for being here. Hi Atia, good to see you.
Shout out to everyone on Twitter.
Yes.
Big shout out to Andre.
Yes.
All of you. Big shout out.
Yes. And thank you for connecting me as well with all your followers.
Lex and Flexer.
Listen, Twitter is amazing. I gotta get as savvy as you, but I'm getting there. I'm learning the ropes. But Ingram, all the best. You have truly an inspiring story, and like I say, I think you need to come back on this couch. Maybe we can talk more about boxing and cricket.
Sounds great.
That would be good.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Folks, that's the show for today. I want to thank all my guests for stopping by. Don't forget, stay safe, be productive, and always be positive. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.